Hi, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Michelle. Great to connect with you. So we're going to be looking at the energies of October, which, wow, is kind of amazing month, but also amazing in inspiring, but also in, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening in general, and I can't believe this is happening to me. What's going on? So we've got a lot of energy shifting in October. So if you are new to my channel, let me share a little bit of how I do this. Each soul story, stack or pile, and the pick a card is stamped. This is soul story number 1, number 2, and number 3. You're welcome to skip ahead. I do a energetic update. I get the energetic pulse of what's happening as a trance channel and conscious channel, and then I also look at the Akashic, and sometimes I also bring in numerology, as I'm a master numerologist also, and astrologer, but I use astrology to kind of check what I'm getting psychically and as a channel or through my visions, and it's just amazing how it's always in sync. So relax, sit back, open your mind, get into a space of tuning in, and let the cards draw you, or choose the cards that you feel drawn to. All right, so before getting into the reading, I want to let everyone know I do have a new moon workshop, meditation, and ritual that's coming up this Sunday, October 3rd. If that's something that's of interest to you, you can go to soulplayground.life and go to courses and classes. Click on the link and there's more information. And if it resonates, then love to have you join us. Or you can just get it and do it later if you can't make it live with us. It's up to you. So first off, I did this reading already. I did this reading weeks ago and was uploading it, and somehow soul story number 3 did not upload. I don't know how that happened. Soul story number 2 was doubled, so I'm redoing the reading, and usually when that happens, yeah, sometimes it's a mistake, but I also feel like there's something more that wanted to come through about October. One of the things that I'm seeing about the new energy pattern that's really starting, I would say, it's something about this month, mid to end of this month, is very telling and not just predictive, but is a prognosis of what is to come. Like we'll have a diagnosis of what's going on and a prognosis. You know, this is the prognosis, all right? So, and it may be a prescription of what to do. And I feel like even as I'm connecting in with the retrograded planets, you know, a lot of the planets are going direct. I think 7th, 8th, 11th, 10th. Mercury goes direct on the 18th, I believe. So a lot of the retrograded planets will be going direct. What I do notice in this retrograde, which is very interesting, is that even though there are glitches, if you align and are okay with the glitches and are not resisting, there's a lot of openings that happen, like boom, 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 boom. So there really is this amazing flow right now if you align to it, but you have to get out of your head. You cannot pre-think it and can't strategize. Like I wanted to do this earlier. I wanted to get up earlier and do this. I had some other meetings planned, and I just couldn't, you know. There was more other stuff that I had to do. I had to tune in more, tune in deeper. So some things for me got delayed. Now, my ego doesn't like that. The little Michelle part of me had a certain schedule that now is a little bit out of whack, but the divine aspect of my being the higher self is like there's something else that needed to be looked at or said or connected to. So I would say in October, see if how in even before October, I mean, I'm doing this now on the 28th, see if you, or 29th, I guess, see if you can figure out without, intuit out. How's that? Intuit out what is important or what's the flow. I mean, I've been having some amazing flow situations. And I've been seeing this with other people as well. And then all of a sudden there's a glitch. And a lot of my clients have been saying, what happened? Things were going so great. Well, they still are. Think of any glitches right now or any delays as a bit of a redirection of energy, which I do feel is going to be starting in October. I feel a lot of people are going to further awaken. I feel that there's a next level of awakening that's coming that will be more fully next year, where there are really some things they've been on the fence about. They're going to be yes or no, or not right now. I feel like there's much more of a definitive energy coming through towards the end of October. I'm also seeing that there is going to be a lot of legal dealings, legalities, injustices, personally and collectively within groups. I do feel like there is an undercurrent of righteous indignation, righteous anger, but not an anger really of, now some people in the collective will be acting this out, you know, maybe punching and hitting and screaming and yelling. But I feel for some people, it's like one of my metaphysical teachers used to call it a slow burn. I feel like there's a slow burn of what is happening in many areas of life and in the world. And again, you know, as we move more into the Aquarius, you know, Aquarian energy, the Aquarius age, you know, especially with that Saturn in Aquarius, it does bring in institutions, governmental institutions. It does bring in the old order, the patriarchy. It does bring in the hierarchy, especially with Pluto and Capricorn. So I feel like people, you know, I don't know, I'm just hearing enough is enough. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be getting out of the mainstream system little by little, bit by bit. I feel like there's, I've been saying it all along, a quiet revolution. You know, it's almost like not going to a certain restaurant anymore because you don't like the food, or you're eating healthier and you don't go to a certain restaurant, or you don't eat certain food, or you don't go to a certain place, right? We're going to really be guided by our inner knowing through our higher self to what is best on a soul level. And that means soulmates, soul family, soul community, people of more resonance. There is a call or a push to have less dissonance. Now, dissonance is coming up. Non-coherence, you know, dissonance, discordant energies are coming up, which is going to be causing a schism even more so. But within that, there are going to be like respites, places where people feel very comfortable, very calm, very reassured. And I feel, and it's human nature, if you're healthy, you know, people are going to be swimming over to the lily pond more. People are going to be swimming over to the lotus area. You know, people are going to be choosing, many people, the people that I'm connecting with, are going to be choosing more of the peace and calm. Not giving in or rolling over on things, but there is going to be this need for assurance, reassurance, connection, even reconnection with certain people, and reconnection with our true values. You know, a lot of people ask me, whether individually in my sessions or workshops that I do or on Patreon groups, what should we do? How? And I've said, have the values that you had before all this happened, your true values. What do you really value? If you know yourself, like in the, over the, you know, in the archway over the Mystery School of Delphi, it said, know thyself. If anything, my values are stronger now, or more reinforced. I don't like bullying. I don't like getting in a bunch of trauma, and I like to follow my own inner guidance, my higher self. I check in with my guides. I check in with spirit, with God. What should I do? You know, I pause and connect into the higher self, you know, the spirit realm. I work with guides, you know, so a lot of you do. So this is the time that you need to we all need to check ourselves and go, am I aligning to the highest version of me? And am I being as open and inclusive? Am I being, you know, in that space of oneness? That doesn't mean you may make a decision that someone else doesn't agree with, but it is psychically in the astral plane, you know, through the Akashic, is holding the space for the other point of view, understanding how someone can have a certain point of view or act out a certain way. not getting into the fight, even in your mind, like, oh, they're so stupid, they're so dumb, because then you're playing out the extremes of the polarity plane. You're caught up in that drama. But to understand, wow, they don't really understand, or they're led astray, or their wounding is getting in the way. So I understand how they're acting, because we've all been wounded. We all have wounding, so we can understand how others can hurt each other or try to dominate each other or control each other due to unhealed wounds. And some of these are generational, ancestral woundings. These are woundings passed on from society, institutional wounding, passed on from governmental controls, founding institutions that have had a lot of control. So that was the old game. So we have to understand that has to play out. But everyone you're going to be finding out, you have your role, your part to play based on your soul design, based on your soul calling, based on what you're feeling intuitively, what you're being inspired to do. Your inspiration will cause inspired action. And so October does bring a time of a lot of inspired action and inspiration. People will have different reasons why, different motivation for what they're doing or why or how they're doing what they're doing, the choices. But this is a time, in fact, of enhanced creativity, where people are going to begin to see we can't do this alone or on our own. We need each other. This not to follow, I love sheep, so I don't know what to say, not to follow blindly and unconsciously, not to rebel blindly or unconsciously. This isn't about being a rebellion, rebellious. This is about what is individual, collective, and universal justice. What is just? Think of the Libra. That with that South Node, if we're going to look at the astrology in Sagittarius, there are some old beliefs that are being updated for everyone individually and especially on a collective. What is the higher truth of the situation? October is going to bring that up. What is the higher truth? So there's also a lot about people, deviating from a certain path, a career path, a relationship. Maybe you're changing the type of people you're surrounding yourself with, or the type of person you're going for in personal or romantic relationship. There's going to be a lot of that. I really feel like the realities are going to be a lot starker, a lot more contrasting, and a lot more stark in October. It's playing into whatever's going to be going on into January, February. February seems to be critical turning point. February, March. I've been getting that in all the readings that I'm doing, and when I tune into the spiritual hierarchy and the oversouls, where this from August to February, that time, September actually to February, there is this preparation. In October, it seems to rev up more. So again, legalities, what's right, what's fair, individual legalities, people wrapping things up or initiating things. There's a lot of initiating action and energy in October. So a lot of people are initiating some form of action or forward movement. So things are clearing. I almost feel like it could be a little bit like a slingshot, like the energy is held back and boom, now what are you going to do with it? Now that there's this release of energy, now that you have the funds or the money, now that you have this great idea, what are you going to do with it? Where are you going to go? Who's around you? Look and see what's resonating. You'll notice a lot by who is around you and what you're drawn to. What types of people, who keeps showing up for you. Those are the people that you want to connect with more, that are really there for you, that are showing up, that are tried and true. Okay, it's going to be more and more important in the next 5 to 6 years that we're around people that we can actually depend on and understand where they're coming from. Doesn't mean we always have to agree, but we get them. We kind of see, okay, they're making this choice because of A, B, and C. I'm doing it this way, but that's okay. We're still in sync. Honesty, trust, and transparency, really important. I do feel towards the end of the month, a lot of people that have been wavering in relationships are going to be partnering up. It's either going to be a yay or a nay, stay together or not. There's going to be a lot of initiating of long-range plans. Some of them will be initiated in October, probably the 20s of October on. For many people, it probably will be November, December, more towards the close of the year. So we have this critical point between, I feel like, end of November, Sagittarius, Capricorn time, really the winter months, if I'm going to look at it in terms of cycles through seasons. This is a time to really prepare and begin to put things into motion. Things that have been dangling or hanging, people are going to be wrapping those up, clipping them. Okay, not doing that, don't know what to do, move it over there. People are going to be, I feel, getting rid of a lot of stuff, clothes, furniture, tchotchkes, little things that you have in your house that you no longer need or want. I just gave 7 bags of clothes to homeless encampment. And I didn't realize they have a system. They distribute them, because apparently a lot of times when they get shuffled, and this wasn't a huge encampment, it was just a few tents, maybe 20, I don't know. But they lose a lot of their clothing. So rather than take it to a Goodwill or something, which I normally do, but they charge, and sometimes quite a bit. So anyway, find out what you can release or let go of. You're probably going to be feeling things. I had one client of mine that got rid of all her rugs in the house. She just couldn't stand rugs anymore. Had to have the hardwood floors. Some that have been changing their curtains. Some that are gardening, cleaning up the garden. I just did that too, by the way, a few weeks ago. So there's this idea of purging and cleansing and clearing. You might find your dietary requirements changing. A lot of people are eating less or eating just certain foods for a period of time. Some people aren't having a strong appetite. A lot of sleep disruption that's happening because the new emerging consciousness is coming through more, and it's raising our vibrational frequency. So we have more light coming in. Some say it's because as we're going deeper into that photon belt. But there is a quickening that is happening, and that is affecting everyone in different ways. So it could be you feel more restless, some people are sleeping more, or some people are sleeping more and then all of a sudden they get a burst of energy. You really have to trust your own energy pattern right now, your individual energetic pattern, and see also where you're being moved out of your comfort zone. And I want to say being stretched more, just lightly stretched. It shouldn't be so uncomfortable that it's overly stressful. It's almost like getting up a little earlier. There's a stretching that's taking place, going to bed a little, earlier. Or for some of you, it may be that you're getting these, flashes or streaks of insight at a certain hour, and you have to get up and you have to write, or you're getting channeled messages, or you're getting these great ideas, or you're some people I find have been sleeping more midday and then getting up around 7 or 8 and having a burst of creative energy. You will understand your own flow, and I feel that's a lot about October, is about understanding your own flow and aligning to the universal flow. All right, let's get to the reading, shall we? Soul story number 1, number 2, and number 3. Hi, soul story number 1. This is your reading, and these are your messages. All right, so let's see what we start with. You've got 4th house for roots. These are the Black Moon astrology cards. Chiron for healing. Oh, perfect energy for October. And 7th house for partners. Karma. There's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. Okay, I'm getting this more about cycles. I'm going to put this is what the 4th house I'm feeling for you. Let's see here. Then you've got soul time. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge. This is what I thought. One that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body, the denser physical body, is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. And look at that. You've got, there's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life, and the roots. So before we even get to the tarot, what I really get with you in October, that this is about changing your pattern, which is what karma is. In other words, karma is cause and effect. So whatever pattern that you've had from the past, you're really breaking ties with that, or shifting it, or adjusting it, creating a new pattern that is coming in based more on your soul. So you're in a specific type of awakening, and this is going to affect where and how you live, your roots, your psychological function is greatly changing, your beliefs, what's the basis for you in life is changing. What's really important. So this is a deep healing, and it's going to be affecting your partnerships, your relationships. Some of you, it's going to affect existing relationships where you're at a new growth level. Some of you, it's definitely attracting who you're drawing in. And I do feel many of you are drawing in a partner that is much more on a soul level, much more getting you on a soul level. The other thing I'm really getting, I get a lot with painting. Maybe some of you are painters, could even be painting a house. You've got the 8 of chalices on the bottom. That's the 8 of cups. And again, that's leaving something behind. And then you've got the Tower. Those are the changes. So I do feel for you, the changes that are happening for you have to do, a lot of you, it could be external. There could be a move. You could be changing house with that Force house there. Your partner could get a new job, or you could want a different job that requires a move. Definitely a time of deeper healing, childhood roots, family of origin stuff. There's something that you're greatly letting go of. And if you want to know, are you going to repeat a past pattern? I really feel no. I really don't see it. I feel like there's something you've broken away from. And some of you need more soul time, downtime, on your own time. Let's see what the cards have to say. We've got 7 of Wands. And these are the as above as below cards, and these are the below version. These are more the kind of the earth version, if you will. Then you've got the 6 of Swords, which is moving on from something. Let's just lay them all out. 6 of Pentacles. So we've got 2 6s there. You've got the Sun. You've got the 3 of Pentacles. That's what I said, artists. I feel a lot to do with art and work. And there is the woman there is painting. I don't know if you can see it, but she's got an easel, canvas. And then you've got the 2 of Wands. Knight of Swords. Temperance. And the Empress. Wow. Okay. Makes sense. So yes, some of you could be artists, or you're doing more with your art, or you're creating more of a life that's going to be more of your creation is what I'm hearing, more artistic, more self-expressive, or just designing a life that better suits you. Some of you are coming out of a corporate situation, or you are in a corporate situation, and I do feel like there's a group of you that perhaps are looking for a new position, or a leveling up, or a raise of some sort, which will be happening. You've got 2 6s here that tells me, which is interesting because this month we're in a 51-6 from a numerological point of view. 2021 being a 41-5 and 10, October being a 10. So there does seem to be something that you're completing or moving on from, and it's requiring a different take on things. There's a rebalancing that's taking place for sure with that Temperance. So that to me has to do with this healing, something you're healing from. So October, either in October, due to this healing and kind of redirection of energy, you're either going to ask for more things that you need and want, you're going to ask for that raise, or you're going to change jobs to the better suited job, whatever it is that suits you better, or you are getting some kind of elevated position. There is some kind of increase in funds, but this is monies worked for or monies owed from something from the past. Now, with the Empress there, that does bring a lot of this Venusian energy where you're perhaps feeling better about yourself, your self-esteem has come up. There could be, for some of you, working with children also, or maybe I'm hearing also writing. I hear a lot of writers in this soul group, and perhaps even writing a children's story or children's book. Sun, they're very creative. Things, even if things are difficult right now, look for the ray of sunshine is what I'm hearing. Things are going to be getting better. All in all, with the Two of Wands, you are handling the energy well. The Two of Wands is very interesting next to the Temperance card of Sagittarius, because the Two of Wands has to do with handling energy. It's in traditional tarot, it's called dominion. And so when we have dominion over something, we have healthy control. We're handling things well. And Temperance is also learning about not to overdo or overindulge. It's the right mixture, the right balance for you in all parts of your life. So that's also what healing is. Healing comes from the Latin word ohalen, which means wholeness. So you've got a lot of messages about wholeness, making your life more whole, yourself more whole, looking for whole relationships or jobs or situations that there's more wholeness there. That means that there's more things that satisfy you than rather are not satisfying you. Okay, so we're going to look at the Lenormand. I'm going to bring in, whoa, that was a little flyer jumper there. Yeah, what did I say? Something's ending. You've got the Coffin card. So there is definitely a cycle, karmic cycle, that is ended or ending. And October, I feel, if you did listen to the first portion of this pick a card reading, there's something that's glaring in your face. This is over. This is done. Or I no longer do this anymore. I no longer need this. Some of you it's a job. Some of you it's a relationship. You know what it is in your life. But there is a distinctive ending that has happened or is taking place or is about to happen. And for many of you, again, it's karmically. It has to do with your roots. And again, I'm going to reiterate this. I do not see you repeating the same pattern. So if there's a fear about, oh my God, I don't know if I can get in this relationship, or if I get a new job, is it going to be the same? No, I don't see the pattern. And there it is, horse and rider. So the rider brings news, some kind of news, but it also is changes that are approaching. So I really want to say October, whether it's the realization of what's over, what's ended, what's changed, or you're in the ending and then the new beginning is coming. Some of you, this could be messages that are very emotionally fulfilling, news you've been waiting to hear from, perhaps someone you've been waiting to hear from. But also this says, you could be moving on. I feel like a lot of you could be moving out of city, out of state, maybe some of you out of country, or your mode of some of your mode of transportation is changing. I don't particularly think that you're going to be riding a horse, but some of you may ride horses. But I do feel like there is, again, the fourth house is your roots. So there's something about the foundation of your life that is changing or changed. And that's going to change how you navigate through your life. Some of you are setting up roots in a new area. You're taking a new direction. Okay, let me see if there's any messages from the Starseed Oracle here. Alcyon, anchoring unconditional love, ascension, and awareness. Well, you're ascending to a higher vibrational frequency, and you're ascending out of less extreme of the polarity plane because you've finished this karmic situation, this old pattern that kept you, locked in. And so I do feel like you have much more unconditional love for yourself and for others, and you're much more aware. You're making different decisions. So I would say whatever decisions you're making in October, to trust yourself. Yeah, Seven of Wands, courage, conviction, a belief in yourself. You're working through situations. You are garnering help and or support in October. Knight of Swords is coming out, you know, clearing the air, coming out of confusion. Again, also Knight of Swords has to do with movement. So there definitely is movement. If you've been waiting for a situation to move, it is moving. If you've been waiting for the clarity, you will have it. It definitely is showing a new direction is coming in for you in October. And let's look at the Astro Dice. Oh, Sun in Sagittarius in the 8th house. So deep, deep change of a philosophical nature. 8th house, House of Scorpio, Pluto energy. Sagittarius represented here also by Temperance. The Sun on the Astro Dice, also by the Sun card. So you're lightening up, soul story number 1. You're lightening up. You're getting a broader viewpoint. Some of you could be traveling overseas, or there could be some connection with somebody that is from another country. There could be some international connection that's happening. But overall, I feel like the clouds are clearing. You're seeing the light of day. The sun is coming out, and you are moving forward. All right. So your Soul Insights mantra is, there's something about an approach. You've changed your approach, the way you're doing things in the world. Your approach to relationship, or what you need or want in relationship, is changing also, or has changed. For many of you, this change has already happened. Okay, for some of you, the changes I have made align me more to my soul and bring me more soul-connected relationships and soul-fulfilling situations. Okay, so this is about soul-fulfilling situations for you and soul-connected relationships. All right. I wish you a beautiful October filled with a lot of creative, inspired energy and a lot of love and light, and that you honor yourself and your wisdom. Keep me posted as to how all unfolds. If you feel a resonance, I'd love it if you would definitely like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments how this unfolds for you. Take good care. Hello, Soul Story number 2. This is your reading. Okay, I just feel like such a relaxed now, kind of a little bit sleepy energy, and I heard still waters run deep. And then I heard something about deep waters and peace, and I kept seeing this lake that someone was sitting at, looking at this lake and contemplating. And some are on your own, and then there's also a couple sitting there looking out over the water and looking out over the distance, or the horizon is what I'm hearing. Some are in a lake, some are in a beach. So water could be very important to you, could become more important to you in October. Some of you perhaps will be spending some time near a water, beach, or lake. A lot of you, I specifically feel there's a lake that's very important to you, a house on a lake. There's something about changing your environment somehow. Well, let's get into the reading and see what October is bringing. Earth. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all aspects of our Great Mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. So you could be nature lovers or spending more time in nature, or the message is to spend more time in nature. And then you've got lunar eclipse change. I believe we do have an eclipse coming up in December. Oh, look at this, earth element, stability. So you've got 2 cards representing earth here. I find that interesting. And then sacrifice. Sometimes surrender is painful. Gods cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. Well, I think that's the contemplation I'm seeing. Many of you are asking, what do I need to let go of? Or you are getting rid of stuff or letting go of something. Or you have, and now you have this space to see, what do I actually really want to do? What's really right for me? Then you've got non-duality. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both. Wow, that's powerful. So it may be you're meditating more. I did feel there's such a shift of energy from soul story number 1, that soul group and you. And again, there may be crossover. A lot of people watch all the soul stories, but I am feeling this kind of just very peaceful. In fact, I want to turn on my Himalayan salt lamp. I just feel this very meditative energy coming from you. So there's a lot of stability that's coming in. A lot of you have made some sacrifices. You know what you need, and you know where you're going. Wow, that just wanted to come out. Let's see, what is this? Knight of Pentacles. Again, Earth. This person is gardening. So gardening, being in nature, all of that is going to help you through the changes. I do feel you need some things that ground you, because I do feel for some of you, October brings a time of like looking out of the horizon. You know, you just, what's on the other side. You're not going to know what's on the other side. You're going to have to let your lunar nature guide you. You're going to have to deep change within, for some of you, external changes, or now you had a handle of what you wanted and where you were going, and now it's like it's the void. It's dark. It's like, I don't know if that's what I want anymore. I don't know if that's the right direction. So let's see, what are you needing? You need just to ground yourself through these changes. I feel like you're not going to necessarily know the direction to go. And look at that Ace of Swords. That is new direction. I think the new direction is going to come for you in the winter months, or more clarity. And I feel like this Knight of Pentacles is just keep on keeping on. Just do what grounds you. While your world is changing internally, you have a lot of change on the astral Akashic level. It's making its way to the etheric, and then you will experience it on the earthly level. So you need to do things. The sacrifice is letting go of control right now. Superficial control. Your higher self is in control. The true you is in control. The ego is not going to be in control. So it's really about you connecting in that you have a little self and a higher self. You have an intuitive aspect of you, and you have a logical aspect. The logical aspect, no matter what you've been planning, isn't going to know. And then you've got 3 of Cups. And you've got the King of Wands. Haven't seen him in a while in the readings. And then you've got this 2 of Pentacles, which again is about balance and change and economizing. But also you see this person is baking, is cooking. So things that ground you, earthly things right now. I could be reading for a lot of people that have Earth prominently aspected in your chart, or you could be dealing with, again, things that are practical, logical, Earth things. You're showing up as the 3 of Wands. Just going to put the cards out. 6 of Swords was what you're moving towards. Again, moving. 8 of Wands. See, things pick up probably for like 3rd week of October. Yes, look at that. And you've got the Sun card. And then you've got the Knight of Wands. So some of you could either be planning a move towards the end of the month, or you actually move, or the lease gets signed. Because I do see a lot of legalities, legal dealings this month. I do see a lot to do with perhaps mortgages or leases or loans, things like that. There may be some things that you're sacrificing for some decisions or some goals that you have, some dreams or desires. Again, more facts are needed. There's going to be a lot more clarity, or some of you've already had the clarity and the great insight, the wisdom. It's already come in. You're making those decisions and acting upon them. It does show that you will have help. You will have abundance. Some of you, I do see some celebrations in October, some getting together with people, maybe cooking, maybe dinner party or potluck or something. There's something, there's a lot around you, around food, home, enjoyment. Maybe you're also planning for the holiday time, because I am getting a lot with you. Winter months, I keep hearing the winter months, a bigger turning point. Some of you have moved, or you're going to be moving, and I feel like the place is cozy, is very comfortable. I think you're going to like this next place you're living. I'm getting Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius with the Knight of Wands, King of Wands, more Leo. Leo with the Sun card here, 8 of Wands. movement, things picking up. So some of you, this is about acting on your decisions, acting on your big ideas. This, especially mid-October on, is a time to take action. So if you don't have the clarity right now, I feel that you will definitely be gaining more clarity. Some of you, these decisions have brought a certain level of abundance on a work level, but you have another project, another idea that's coming through for you. There's more that you want to do, is what I'm hearing. Six of Swords, there could be some kind of communication, misunderstanding that is being brought to understanding, so overcoming misunderstanding. This also tells me that you're getting clearer, even though there can be some diffusion, or for some of you not very clear. You're feeling your way through. You're still moving. A lot of you are like, I don't know where I'm going or what I'm going to be doing, but I feel I'm moving. And that could be that you're literally moving, or that you are moving forward. Lot to do with partying, friends, celebrations, coming together with others. Now this could be in person and or online. Lot to do with food. Some of you, I do feel that you're starting your own garden, or you have a community garden that you're sharing with others. Salamanders, that orange has a lot to do with change. The salamander can change its colors depending on its environment, right? So perhaps you're very adaptable and moldable. And I would say use candles, use candle ritual, use the energy of fire to inspire you. Even incense, things that change your mood would be very helpful for you in October. This is all about a different security. You have a lot of security. Now, this card did not come out, but it was peeking out. You've got the ring and the Lenormand cards, which has to do with some kind of commitment. Now, this could be commitment to yourself. This could be an engagement. This could be contracts signed. Again, I've been feeling a lot to do with contracts and legal dealings. This could be a commitment to a new way of life, or a commitment that brings more stability. So soul story number 2, if you're asking for more stability in your life, it is coming. So these sacrifices that you've been making, this working hard, this, not getting caught up in arguments and debates and letting things pull your energy off to the side, is paying off. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at this crossroads. What did I say? Moving and overcoming challenges. So this is both, the mountain has to do with climbing that mountain, overcoming challenges, but also getting to the top of the mountain where you can rest. Some of you, I feel this is about stability. It's about building something that is very stable. Though it has been a climb, it's been a sacrifice. You've had to sacrifice a lot, but it's starting to pay off. And you may not be able to make a decision in October. Some of you are choosing and making a decision in October. You've got the crossroads here. Which way do I go? And some of you, the change is coming. You're going in a new direction. A new job, a career. You're moving. Some of you wonder, okay, is this person coming with me? Or are we doing this together? Or are we going to be a couple? Some of you aren't going to know that until the winter months, to be very honest. So somewhere, what is that? Between December, whenever the winter is, December, January, February, right? Beginning of March. So somewhere between that winter months. Some of you could be into fall, but some of you do know that this change is happening and that it's been happening, and you're now choosing a direction, or a direction is opening up for you. And then another group, I feel like you feel the change, but you can't see exactly the specifics of it. But you're preparing. And I would say in October, prepare for this change and open up your world more. Maybe have communication more with people. With that swords, people you've been thinking about, call them, text them, FaceTime them, whatever. Whatever ideas you've had personally, act upon them. Now, in the Starseed Oracle, you've got Divine Masculine, growth and power. Well, what did I say? The mountain here. And also the Knight of Pentacles, that is not only planting seeds, but planted them, tilled the soil, planted the seeds, is tending them, is, transplanting plants, you know, it's in the work. So some of you, this is a divine masculine that is coming in. This is the counterpart as represented by that King of Wands coming in. But the timing isn't certain. I'll be honest. For some of you, yes, it could be end of October. Others, I feel this reading is, yes, this is coming in. There is someone coming in for you. It's going to happen quickly, but there's some uncertainty around the circumstances or when it happens on an earth level. But this is also growth and power, and you've got the sun here and you've got the sun here. So this is about you shining bright, decisions for yourself. Everything else is going to take care of itself. This is about you really stepping into your power, your empowerment, and whether it's emotional stability, mental emotional stability, financial stability, material stability, this is about stability and a firm foundation for yourself. This is about what brings you that stability on the earth plane from which now to journey from. I mean, in the center card, the Three of Wands, you know, she just out of the shower, she's chilling by the fireplace. Okay, so ground yourself this month with little everyday things. Is it a fireplace? Is it lighting a candle? Is it nurturing food? Is it wonderful music in the background? You know, incense going. You know, is it watching a great movie or a show that you like? Going to, you know, film. There's going to be a lot. You may be more inward. You may be more enjoying your house and or people coming over, or you may be just enjoying your house on your own or with your family or, you know, partner. There's a lot to do with, yeah, food, nurturing. Some of you could be cooking more, baking more. It's really about enjoying the abundance that you do have, the sacrifices that you've made. Soul story number 2. As a soul group, you've had to make a lot of sacrifices, and this is about enjoying those sacrifices. All right, your Soul Insights mantra for October is, I appreciate what I have and what I've achieved, and I willingly take time to enjoy the abundance that I have co-created. That I have co-created. So in partnership with Spirit, with the divine, you have created this through sacrifice. You've cooked it up. All right? You have the recipe for success. Now make it, create it. All right, Radiant Soul Lights, I wish you a beautiful October. Thanks for joining with me, hanging out with me, tuning into my readings. Really do appreciate you and the connection. If you're new to the channel, I'd love if you would like the video, of course, if you felt a resonance, and subscribe. But also just let me know how you're doing in the comments. I appreciate you. Keep shining bright. Hi, if you chose Soul Story number 3, this is your reading and your messages. I kept hearing wisdom and purpose. What is your purpose? Your soul's purpose, your divine purpose, life's purpose, meaning and purpose. If that resonates for some of you, there is a lot on your mind about meaning and purpose. And what's the purpose of this moving forward? How do I bring more purpose to this? So some of you could be questioning a lot in October. Like, am I really meant to be here? Am I meant to do this? Are we meant to be doing this together? What's our purpose? Some of you, this has to do with relationship for sure. Like, you're wondering, is this relationship purposeful enough? Is it going to stand the test of time? Or why are we really together? Is it just to hang out? You know, what is the reason that we've come together? So there's a lot of questioning for you in October. Let's see what you've got. Awakening. Well, you got the Awakening card. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. All right, so you've got, looks like Krishna here on the card. So you're having your own awakening. No wonder you're questioning. Each of these soul stories has had a very distinct energy and reading, and that doesn't always happen. So I feel like October, there's very distinct energy that's happening. You are where you are. It is what it is. I feel like there's not going to be a lot of blending or crossing over. It's like, no, this is where I'm at. This is my focus. Even if a friend of yours has a different focus, you're like, no, I'm really working on this and I'm happy doing this. So some of you are going to be deep, deep, deep into career. Some of you, it could be health, wellness, changes in the home, decorating, making things different in the home. Some of you, it could be relationship, and it's like, okay, I built my career, I have that, if that's going fine, now I want relationship. So there are a lot of goals that are coming through in October, reimagining your life and your goals, putting plans together. Now you've got the card Limitless. So there's an awakening. You're awakening to your soul level, to the limitless. You're awakening to the limitlessness, the infinite possibilities through the divine, through co-creating your life. You're opening up to the infinite innate intelligence of the all that is, or God, or however you want to term it, Great Spirit. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. Oh boy, that's so true. I've been trying to share that with people, that a lot of times in our life, it's even if people are doing wrong, a lot of times people think, okay, this person's very evolved because spirit is using them, the divine. No, anybody and anything can be used as the tool, and is ultimately the tool for awakening and greater growth, the tool for more expression and expansion. And then you've got Saturn, which also has to do with with age. Let's see. And then you've got Aries, I am. Okay, this is very interesting. And then you've got the Divine Feminine. The frequency of the Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all creation. That's the awakening. That's the limitlessness. So some of you might feel a little hemmed in with that Saturn energy, or you could be in your Saturn return, or second or third Saturn return. There could be a lot of restriction around you, but you're also building, because you've got the I am energy. I am co-creator. I am a creator. So many of you, something has happened where you have shifted out of more limited thinking. You are taking those amazing, healthy risks or challenges to move forward in your life. And it's because you're more receptive. So a lot of you could be having awakening with your spiritual gifts. You may be feeling more magnetic, like you're attracting more to you, more divine synchronicities, synchronistic connections. I call them magical helpers, people that just show up in your life to help you. I do feel that there's a lot of gratitude, a lot of heart energy with you in this awakening. So some of you, it could be through a person, a special person in your life, a new relationship, or a previous relationship deepens. So you're asked to open up to the Divine Feminine and be receptive and use your intuition as you move forward. Now, I would say probably bigger changes in the time of Aries. I'm getting shown that. With Saturn there, probably also time of Capricorn. So look for changes in the time of Capricorn, that end of December into January, and then also time of Aries, all right, end of March into April. Okay, so you're coming out of the Devil. There we go, Capricorn energy. Either restriction, feeling restricted, overdoing, overindulging, could even be worry, but also building. You've been having to rebuild, or build something, or put in the time, and there's been some restriction. There's the Two of Pentacles, which is having to co-create, which is also having to balance maybe emotional needs and financial needs, or the needs of yourself with another person. And then you've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is gain. So there is an abundance that's coming in. And whatever you're doing that's shifted the energy, it seems to be working. And you've got Judgment right under the Devil. So two major arcana coming up this quickly tells me that there has been a great shift, an awakening. I feel like you're perhaps awakening to how to manifest on the earth plane. Your manifesting skills are getting a lot better. You're drawing more into you that you really need and want. And then you've got the Swords, Ace of Swords right here in the center. So you're at a point of deciding, and more than doers, we're deciders, as Ralph Blum, who wrote the rune cards, you know, started the rune cards, creator of the rune cards. I'm reminded of this, that you're deciding. This is about making decisions now that are more aligned with your unlimited potential, with the limitlessness. You know, there always will be limits. That is the earth plane. But tapping into the infinite potential allows us to connect into the higher vision. That allows for the awakening, but you have to be receptive to it. So you're being asked to be receptive and then act upon after the receptivity. In other words, you have the inspiration, you get the insight, you have the idea, but you open up to it, and then you act from there. Then you've got Queen of Chalices, so Cancer, Scorpio, could be Pisces energy. I've got Pluto here, Capricorn energy. And then we've got the Knave of Chalices. So something or someone you're looking at that is inspiring you, that is causing you to want to create the great work or works, whatever that is. Is the great work a particular type of relationship? Is it a collaborative, collegial situation? Is it a whole, for many of you, it's a whole life and lifestyle with a partner, with a mate, where you live, how you live, what you do, what you work. Some of you, I feel you're going to be working with someone. Maybe you already are involved. You have a life mate, a soulmate that's a life mate. And then we've got the Four of Wands, which is completion. And also, so there could be changes I'm seeing here with little pumpkins. Could be the time of Halloween. Oh, hallowed ween. Oh, hallowed eve. There could be something that you're focused on that you're completing. Now, is this a dating situation that turns to engagement or living together or marriage? Or this could be a career or some kind of project you've been working on reaches a certain level of completion. And then we've got the Four of Swords, okay, which is also about going within. It's a truce. In the traditional tarot, it's called the truce. So I do feel that for some of you, this has a lot to do with relationships, working with others, or partnerships. For many of you, this awakening is, some of you are saying, my God, I see how much I held myself back, or I was held back. But that was the old you. I mean, that was the old design, the old matrix. You're connecting more now through your awakening to the limitless part of you, to the infinite, more to the divine. You're connecting more on a soul level, okay? So it's about bringing that soul energy, soul presence, your soul design, and living it out. So for many of you, this has a lot to do with creativity and your creative expression. And frankly, making decisions, some of you, they may be more intuitive decisions. I'm also getting there's a truce. Is this in relationship or a job that you're going to be taking a different point of view? There's some disagreement or disgruntlement or disappointment, or are you frustrated? Something's gone on too long, but you're going to let it go, or you've said your piece, or you realize I'm not going to get that in this situation. There's something that you're not going to be able to get in a certain situation. And for some of you, it puts you in a new road or towards a new person. So if this is decisions about it, two different people, it shows you finally being able to make the decision, or it's made for you. It's going to be an intuitive. Because with the Two of Pentacles, that can be balancing two different people, two different situations, or for some of you, it could be two different careers, or you're working on your own, you have your own work that you're doing, and then you're working with a company and you're thinking, oh, I can't do both. Okay, so you've got the Tree card in the Lenormand deck, which has to do with longevity, that which is lasting, and also has to do with health, or health coming back around, or something being regenerated. Okay, something is being replenished and or regenerated. And then you've got a new person that's helping you. Some of you, this is a mediator or a counselor or a teacher that you're going to be working with, that's going to help you with some decisions in your life. You know, counseling can be really good for people. I'm just kind of reminded to do two more. Yeah, whatever this pain, and I feel like you've meditated, some of you have prayed about this decision. you're a bit at an impasse. So it does show some kind of person helping. Maybe even it's just reading. And you get, you know, some of you, because you're awakening or this new level that you're at, you're not feeling as connected to the people that are around you. And that could even be certain people, partnerships and relationship. Some of you, you're in a relationship and there is a new influence coming in. And you're kind of wondering, am I supposed to go with this person now? I don't really particularly see that because it ends with 4 swords. That's not really making a decision. Yeah, you got the lily here. So this could be about a romantic situation coming in, or it's under the tree. This could be the choices that you're making are bringing in a lot of longevity for you, a long lifespan. Or for those of you asking about a partnership, it could be a long-term partnership, you know, like into old age, like lasting till you're no longer on the earth plane. So again, the Saturn return, the Saturn, it's about stability. It's about time is a factor here. Well, that's too much. We're not doing all that. Time is a factor with what you're doing, soul story number 3. Not just timing, but time is a factor. Let's see if we can get another. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, cutting something out. You've got the scythe here. So either you're cutting out a certain person out of a situation or relationship and moving on, or somebody helps you make a decision to cut something out or cut something away or go in a new direction. Whatever it is you're cutting out, because you've awakened to a new way of being, you've awakened to a new idea, you've awakened to something not working. You're wanting people that reflect more of your spirit soul consciousness, a higher vibrational frequency. So some of you, I don't know if it's a food, whatever, there's something, a routine, someone, a person that's being cut out, that you're leaving or leaving behind, or that you're saying, I'm either they're not going to be in my life anymore, it's not going to be, or you're greatly reducing it. Let's get a starseed oracle card. Lyra, ancient light codes, increasing worth. Well, that's it. So you may not be tolerating, that may be why you're having stricter boundaries. You may not be tolerating certain situations, beliefs, or behaviors right now. With that Aries energy, you're thinking more about yourself and what's right for you. You're thinking more about what's moving me forward in life, what's healthy for me. With this tree card here, what's healthy. So let yourself move forward. Let yourself intuitively decide where you're being drawn to, even if that leaves something or someone else out. Okay? Even if going forward, they're not as much in your life, or that situation or that circumstance is not as much in your life, because you're awakening to a fuller way of being. Okay? You're awakening more to your spirit, to yourself as a soul. Okay? So I'm just here for you. Your Soul Insights mantra is, I'm allowing my awakening and following the energy of my awakening wherever it leads and however it flows. All right, wishing you so much love, light, peace, and abundance. Have a beautiful, creative, and inspired October. And I hope to see you in the next readings. And if you feel a resonance, please like, subscribe. I'd love it if you subscribe. But most importantly, if you have the time, let me know how this unfolds for you in the comments. Take good care. Shine bright.